What is up, legends? We are back in. Obviously, we're back in Astra. And when you talk about this lovely young lady right here, with who got a little bit of jiggle figure physics, and she do a little bit of her little cami stretch right there. She just don't bend over far enough, but that's okay. But yeah, and here she is, and we are going to be talking about her at level 90. Now, she has taken over the bruiser spot for me from Edward. Not that Edward is doing a bad job or anything else like this. It's just that she is stat allocated for that particularly. She's a bruiser. She's not a straight DPS. And she's also a light type supporter, mainly because pretty much her pet can stay out for a long period of time and help out other units. Like, it's there for a long time if you build her properly for it to be there a long time. Now, you can build her multiple ways. You can build her as a straight DPS, like light DPS type of character. She will do big PP damage. However, if you do not build her to be a bruiser, she's going to die. I cannot tell you how many times I have been in dungeons and adventure level 7, adventure level 8, where I see big damage Sansars get face planted immediately, basically because you can just literally tell that they're glass cannons. You are absolutely building the character wrong. I know building things different ways and stuff like that, that's all well and good, and you can. However, if this character is dying in 2 hits, you're doing it wrong. Just no way and shape about it. And the game itself is even hinting to you that you're doing it wrong, because if you look at her weapon, the Batar Solar Sword Greatsword, it gives you 9% HP scaling on the weapon itself. That's her weapon right there. And it gives you CD reduction, which is really important. We're going to talk about that in a bit. And the overall thing that it has is the Wolf of Light increases the Veda energy gain for normal attacks by 125% while the summon creature is alive. So this all goes together, where you kind of have to like pay attention to everything that the character has and not just necessarily what you want to do, because I see a lot of people various places talking about, oh, it's just straight DPS, big damage and everything else, and it seems like you're wasting the character like that. The character is basically supposed to be doing something, and you can literally make her a freaking walking god if you build her the way that the game is encouraging you to actually build her. So with that said, the synergy that I'm actually talking about is HP. If you guys didn't know, she scales off of that. She scales off of attack and HP. And the hint is her main weapon, like I said, HP percent on the main weapon. And then having the summon out gives you gain increased better energy from normal attacks by 125 while it's alive. So obviously they want you to actually have the character out and alive. We'll talk about the gear in a second. Let's go to her skills, because this is where the interesting stuff starts to happen. So we have just the normals right here. I only have it up to 8 right now. It's strong attack, I can see, and dash attack. She has the poke, slight, good stuff. When you have the Wrath of Sun, where things start to get interesting. Now, the Wrath of Sun is basically what's called an install special move, which basically means that she's going to get increased damage. And if you notice, the very first thing right there that the Blessing of the Sun actually shows you is that she gets attack bonus, and is based off of her HP by 2.6%. And she gets increased critical rate, which is 16%. So you don't necessarily have to go that crazy with critical rate. You can keep it. I'll show you mine right now, because a lot of the times you're going to have this buff on with very little downtime on it. It's not a whole lot, but you can see right now I'm at 41%. I would like to get it more so towards 50, and I can, because I have to get better gems. And when I get the better gems, like the legendary orange gems, then it'll be at 50 and it'll be fine, because then when she has the buff on, it just gets even better as far as your crit percentage. That's perfectly fine. I would like to get crit damage up to 200%. if I can. We're working on it. We're working on it. If we get better roles, like you can obviously, getting better roles will change up a lot of this stuff. But you know, it's neither here nor there. You have to work with what you got. So yeah, and you see the duration is actually 15 seconds. So see the HP right there is actually pretty important because you're going to have this buff on majority of the time. That's what it scales off of, HP. And then you have over here where the other part of the synergy comes in. You go to the second thing and you look at Narni. Narni scales off of Sansar's HP and Sansar's attack. So the bigger and the better that this actually gets as far as Sansar's HP, the more this thing is actually going to be out on the field, meaning that it can actually help other people too, because it's out there for a long time. The more bulky this doggy is, the more attack you have on the character, the more so it's going to be. This is the support right there, by the way. When they say support, that dog right there is support. And I see a lot of people say like the dog is squishy, and it's because you're building her like a glass cannon. He's going to be squishy because he has nothing to scale off of, because you probably have like flat stat HP on it. That's why the dog is dying. Like my dog don't die. Like it just be sitting out there looking at it. He don't die. He's there to do light damage and support other characters. That's the way you're supposed to actually use them. You have the signature right here, which requires better energy, and then go down to the bottom. The Fury Light again, increase damage by 15% for 5 seconds. So this is just all stuff that helps out. A nice debuff and all that. And this is the second part of your support. Now she actually has to be on the field to actually cause the Fury of Light. So when she's not on the field, the support you're just getting is basically it running around doing that damage. So keep that in mind. So fate wise, if you're gonna get a fate, you notice the crit damage, the crit chance goes up and the Wrath of Sun goes to 20, which means that literally like, she's just gonna be out there with Wrath of Sun longer with less cooldown, which is very good. Again, crit chance going up again from here, so that's all great. When dash attack of Narni hits enemy, damage debuff bonus enemies increase from 15% to 30. That's actually crazy. So that's an even bigger debuff on the dash attack, even more big damage for you. Wolf of Light gets +3 at +3 fittingly. Casting now increases attack speed, which is nice. She's a great sword user, so unless you get like an attack gem, she's not gonna get a lot of attack speed like that. Wrath of Sun gets +3 right here, and then at 6, dash attack goes from 30 to 60, which is big, and increases Narni's attack by 50%. That's actually crazy, because I can actually get Narni to go from like 30 to 50k on a hit sometime. I'm not exactly sure. I guess it's just the debuff Roaring, unless it's another person's debuff, but he has actually hit that hard before, and I'm still trying to replicate it more so, but it doesn't happen very often. All right, so I'm using the light damage bonus right now because I just like, 15 seconds after normal skill is cast, you get the damage increase that coincides with your buff that you have on Sansar, so that works out pretty well. I want to explain this. If they ask me again, I'll go in there. Back to what I'm saying. As far as a gear set, I tried to lean more towards getting attack percent, crit, and HP. Everything else I'm just kind of like secondary at this point. The lifesteal rate is great. I wish it was chance, but rate is fine, I guess. And the flat stat HP annoys me, but this ended up being really good as far as attack and crit damage, so it should be locked. That ended up pretty good. So over here, then this ended up being great, even though it didn't give me an attack percent. It did give me HP and tenacity, which is really nice. I didn't lock any of these. And then we got a good crit damage roll again, and some added defense, which you're gonna need because you're gonna get hit. So, just to make it so, like my major peeve being a former raid leader in Final Fantasy 14 and World of Warcraft and Guild Wars 2 and the Rift Online and countless other games raid leading, I'm always pissed off when DPS gets hit one time and die. Like, absolutely not. Like, it's fine. Like, you be big damage, but if you die in one hit, you're useless to me because you're on the ground and I gotta pick you up probably. That's garbage. That's not building a character properly. And I feel the same way in this game. And I get really annoyed when you be sitting there in like a co-op dungeon and dudes who look like they wailed are dead on the ground. They like all four of their characters are dead because they wailed and made DPS characters and are garbage at dodging and pretty much looking at you like, save me. Absolutely not. Like, great, you killed, like, you did like 50% of the boss damage, but you're looking at me dead and I spent $20 on my account and still alive. Who failed at that point? Like, that doesn't make any sense. That's my major pet peeve in gacha gaming, when people do that and don't build their characters properly. So Scion ain't gonna ever show you stuff like that. Going into this, so what you want to have happen here is HP, but I can't get a damn HP piece to save my life. I'm not going to even break the set. I have literally 5 pieces of light damage, but for whatever reason, no matter what I do, no matter where I go, I can't get a HP. Actually, I did get 1 HP percent set. That's what I want on this, the HP percent, not the defense. But because this piece gave me defense and HP and crit chance right there, I don't care about stamina or the regeneration. It's whatever, because she does fine with the way that her weapon and everything else. That's just extra regeneration, which is all great in general. And the crit chance is great, obviously. We don't want to lose crit chance because that would make me like 30% and I'd be pissed. So, but I'm concerned about this piece. It might take a while to actually replace this and get a HP percent piece that has crit on it, because I just can't get HP percent in this slot for anything. I know it exists. I've seen it before, but it just won't come out. Now you can see I have this one right here, but it went to lifesteal chance. I don't want lifesteal chance. It may turn into crit, but I'm looking at this flat stat defense. I don't even want to roll on this. No, I'm just pissed off. Like it'll pop. Matter of fact, let's see if we get YouTube luck, because I was looking at this earlier and it was pissed off. So let's see. We need a normal piece. I got so much fodder stuff. Look, God, this is how much dungeons I've been doing. It turned into 2 flat stat pieces. It got flat stat defense and flat stat HP. It does have lifesteal chance. Hold on. If this does not go to crit, I'm not doing it. I don't want to do. Oh, that's a lot. If this goes to crit, I'll keep it. Damn it, it went to crit. All right, I gotta keep it. I'll do this later though. But essentially this is what you want, because like I said, you want basically the HP to scale, and then that makes her health the scale, that makes the pet health scale, that makes her attack go up, and you literally like a freaking god, because you're gonna have so much HP, increase attack. Like, and the lifesteal chance is actually really good too, because I get the chance to actually take back life, and I'm not breaking the set, because actually I am breaking the set now if I do that. So I have to actually replace this, which is going to hurt. So it's just a rotation. I'm not going to break the set now. I'm just going to hold on to that piece. I thought that this was light, but it's not. That's fine. This is actually easier to replace because I just get light damage pieces all the time. But I happen to get, look at that stamina, yo, and that crit damage right there. I don't really care about the Veda energy and the regeneration. Again, we're fine on that. But the crit damage and stamina is pretty nice with the light damage. But it's easier to replace the 4th slot than it is the 3rd slot for whatever reason. And then you have over here where this actually ended up really interesting. I would have preferred it went more so towards you know, attack and crit chance, but it ended up rolling good. I ended up with getting free 28% damage and getting the attack and getting the tenacity and getting the crit close to 10% on top of it being a crit damage piece. So this ended up being really good as well, which leads us to all of this. I'm sorry it was wordy, I had to explain. You see we have 0 lifesteal chance, so I have to actually get lifesteal in here somewhere, because that's really helpful as far as her sustainability. It just didn't pan out like that. I could put it on an enchant and rotate things around, but I don't want to give up crit damage. I would have to do that. I would have to give up crit chance to throw on crit chance, to throw on lifesteal rate. But that's where we're at right now. So gear wise, obviously we have the weapon, we have a crit chant gem right there and a light attack on the gem. I can get better obviously on a support gem and get more light attack on it, and we have a heroic attack enchant on there. You obviously can change that into crit chance if you want, or crit damage, or I can change it into lifesteal, which is actually lifesteal chance, which is actually useful as far as her survivability. Same thing rolls over here. We got a crit damage gem, basically crit damage enchant, which is just a uncommon one. So I'm probably gonna change this to a blue one to get more crit damage out, or I can change it into a blue, which is rare, a blue crit rate, which will put me at 50, which I'll probably do. I'll probably just take away the 9% and get the crit rate, and then I'll be back up to 50. But again, we need, I have to get more legendary gems. I'm not really farming them right now. Whatever happens, whatever drops is fine. We have a light attack ring with white bonus damage, and then all damage right there. You can kind of change whatever you want right here. You can put attack speed, change out that. You can there's rings that you can actually go for with just damage, or you can go universal if you want to and start going after these type of rings with like attack, all damage, and then like, you know, this one right here, if you want the lifesteal, you can bring up the lifesteal, get some lifesteal on the ring instead of the all damage. I just went with this right now because it seemed like the best thing to actually do. You can go for attack speed, CD reduction, or you can go all damage and then attack percent right there, and I believe ignore defense rate. There we go. You can start going with that. That's not a bad thing as well. I have no ignore defense rate right now, which I preferably would like to get that, but that's, you know, the roles do what they do. And then pristine diamond, this is over here, this is kind of just to kind of help her out. You see I have just a normal blue gem as far as crit chance. I'd like to do better on that as well, and we have a rare crit damage roll on that right there. The defense again to help her reduce incoming damage, and then all resistance on the pristine diamond. I could obviously push this to 90. I'm just not really interested in doing it right now. Matter of fact, I think I already have the pieces for it. No, I don't. I have the corner piece. I'm not really interested because it's just going to give you a little bit more damage resistance, and she's pretty tanky the way she is already right now. All right, so with that said, I think we showed and did everything else. And again, I apologize for being a little talkative. I had to properly explain what is going on with her, because I had a bunch of people ask already about her because they saw her in the last video and I didn't really say anything about it. She wasn't built, if I'm being real. She wasn't what she is now. I did all this in the last 2 days, basically. So this is what I'm actually farming right now. So I figured I'd use this as the showcase. All right. No, don't hit me with that. I'm gonna roll into that. Characters that are not super armor characters get knocked down when she hits them, which is pretty nice. This stupid bird. You're messing up the showcase. Where's that bird at? Go to hell. Bring it back. Get Narni out. I'm out of stamina now, so let me just spam. Mow down everybody. Big boy coming. Got the debuff on him. Out of stamina again. See, we got hit 3 times already, barely even did anything to us, which is cool. Let's get over here. And you notice that Narni is now out. Narni is now out and chilling, and look at the health. I can even do this. Get that health back, doggy. Bye, doggy. No. Normally I would just shoot them, but this is her showcase, so they're annoying. You notice that she knocked everybody down, and they got stunned again, and you charge and smack people in the face. Obviously this is not an elemental advantage dungeon, which is why I came in here in the first place and did this. Oh, you're gonna dive bomb. All right, this is not. We're not gonna do that. I'm gonna shoot you. Oh, you came over here, sir. Real quick, just a heads up. I think I said this in Zach's stream. I know people were not happy with the way that Volano got changed out of her. Oh, I'm in this. Yeah, got changed out of her her dodge back, but I'm here to tell you that she's better like this now, because you lost a lot of DPS basically getting knocked. Oh crap, getting knocked back. Hello, why can't I go down? That's weird. All right, so I mean, I'll use this guy as an example. What was happening is that you would get pushed, and all of your impact and contact DPS was just, you were just always going back, and you were missing like half the shots that you were doing, which, if you guys notice, that's my major problem with Adorise. She misses half the shots that she was doing. This is an archer. So an archer basically doing all this, going back here and missing half the shots, and you almost never landed this. Like, you almost never landed every shot of that. That's a DPS loss. That's bad. That's really bad. It was convenient because it was kind of cool. You had movement and everything else, and it kind of felt cool and everything else like this, but it was a DPS loss, and it was actually trash. Big trash, because you weren't doing the proper DPS. And in fact, what I did is I went back to my own videos and put a DPS meter on the video itself for what I was actually doing with this particular character, and the DPS would drop. Like, she would do like it was like something like 1900 2200 DPS on contact, meaning that you were actually in contact. But whenever she would start doing this stuff and go backwards, and I had to go forward and try to catch up and then start landing shots, the DPS would drop to 900. That's half of what it was doing before, which is, I think that is why that happened, and that was perfectly valid. So everybody whining and crying and complaining and saying like, oh, the video and the POV, this is what I summoned for. You don't want that. This is better. You absolutely don't want that. All right, so back to the proper showcase. And I think a lot of times when people don't know and like you just see whine, people think that that's the case and like, oh, they nerfed the character, is bad. I'm not getting my money worth. Trust me, you don't want it the other way. It was actually big garbage. And I will admit, at first when I saw the change, I was like, I don't like this. Like, why did I prefer my movement? But no, absolutely not. I don't have my buff on. Oh, it's not ready. Now it is. Debuff on. And notice that Mr. Doggy is in no danger. You're never really in any danger with this boss anyway. I'm just using him as a DPS sponge. Nice shield, bruh. Yeah, that knocked him down immediately. All right, shield. See? DPS stays engaged. Point of contact, you... Oh, crap. Dog over there still doing DPS. Alright, you lost the shield. Bruh, calm down. What? Sir, can you stop running over the screen? You're gonna die. Ow. Uh-oh. Wasn't paying attention. Bye. Oh, you jerk. Out of here. Bye. All right. So, as you guys can see, Dog was out there majority of the fight because he had the HP to be out there majority of the fight. I barely was any danger at all. Like if other people was here, I wouldn't be any danger. It's the same way on 8. I just don't want to do 8 because it takes longer. Yeah, I feel this is the way that she should be built. Like she could still be like big time damage. She can carry the entire fight. Like I didn't even have to use my other characters. I could have, you know, obviously to make it faster, but I didn't want to because this this is about her. When I got the elemental shield up, I had to change real quick to Verano, until it went down, and then after that went back to her. But no problem. This is a boss who basically literally like you just know the mechanics. He doesn't really do anything, but I still got hit a few times. And it was the dog. I just basically wanted to show the interaction between her and the dog and keeping the buff up and the damage that you do. I didn't want to show like the elemental advantage because those just be big numbers that get you happy at the same time, but it's not the complete reality of the game, because majority of the time you're not going to be at elemental advantage. You're going to be doing between 20 to 50k, sometimes 100 on a good debuffed enemy, and that's where the more realistic type of thing happens, where you're going to need to be able to live, you need to be able to take hits and not be face planted on the ground and worthless. So that is all I got for you guys at this one. Hopefully you enjoy this. Let me leave here. What we get? Almost 49. Blah. I'll hold it for the water damage. Blah. Oh, I think we actually got, but it's no crit. And I'll be breaking the set. I'll hold it for somebody else. I don't even know what I would use this on. It's interesting. I'll hold it. Definitely interesting. I don't know what I would use that on. Probably maybe a tank. So what I want to do is this, just for the tubes. It went well last time, not like it's gonna go well this time, and we still have to push along this so I can eventually get Saya one day.
Which one? That's interesting.
Okay, I'm going.
Be quiet.
Am I doing it right?
Gold eye? Nope.
Real?
All right, we can just skip this.
I'm Andre, the eternal red Duke.
I want to say, I played with somebody in co-op. His name was Justifier. He had an Andre and it nuked the screen. I was completely impressed with this person. It was obvious it was a max Andre, but good job. And he could take a hit too. Good job. I hardly had to do anything. He would just do stuff and everything would die. I was like, what the hell? I was like, what character is this? And that was the first person I've seen use an Andre, and it was amazing. So good job, sir. I'm saying this on YouTube, good job. All right, so we didn't get anything, so that is all I got right now. Enjoy. She's a amazing character. Bruiser, she's the queen. She's the queen. I don't even have her built the way that I want to. I want that HP with the crit and some crit chance. Some lifesteal chance, and then she'd be like perfect for what I would want, because then I would be just getting life back on my hits and be tanky at the same time and hitting hard at the same time. Elemental advantage, just normal when you're just normally fighting as well. Like, we're gonna get there. I'm probably not going to do another video on it. Move on to the next character while I'm still tweaking her and everything else like this. But she is an amazing character, and still to this point, my favorite character in the game. So I will see you guys later. Be legendary. Happy Friday, by the way, as well. And peace.